Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Madden 22 with the New England Patriots, and we are going to get through the rest of the regular season. We may do the offseason as well. It all depends on how quickly it takes us to get through these 8 or 9 weeks or whatever it is. Oops, I don't want to control the mouse. I want to use this. It wasn't a good. We're 3-4. And our quarterback situation has not been good, so the potential exists that we're going to be moving on from our starting quarterback. Jake Bailey, we'll bring him back. A fair offer's 7-4. Oops. Sure. See if he takes that. Cool. All right, so we bring back our punter. And I think the plan, unless he absolutely blows up here over the next 8 weeks, is to go after the top quarterback in the draft, which is Steven Jacobs out of Penn State. You can see early first rounder. He's great throw power, accuracy. Curious what his combine report looks like, but he's a scheme fit. So that's somebody we will likely be taking a look at, as our current quarterback situation hasn't been great. It's a little disappointing, to be honest. We're also looking at running backs because our running back situation has been not great. Our offensive line looks pretty solid, right? I mean, with the exception of Andrews retiring this past season, or in the middle of the season, I should say. Our offensive line looks pretty okay. Our offensive line looks okay. I mean, quarterback, and I mean, we're still a little weak on the back end and defense, but we have so many young players that I think it's just a matter of letting them develop. So first things first, let's go in and let's spend these staff points. Where do I want to spend them, though? Player personnel. Let's get some additional value in trades and reduce the cost. That's perfect. Reducing the cost of trading up, because that's what I want to do this year, is trade up for a new quarterback potentially. We need to set our weekly strategy as we're taking on the 5-2 Los Angeles Chargers. Blitz counter's fine. And I'm going to get Parrish out of there because at this point I don't care if he develops. I mean, he's an 82. He's only 23. But with the normal development, I don't know that he's ever going to turn into an absolute star. So, and McCullough was another one. He was one of our first-round picks, and I just don't know that he's ever going to truly develop either, which is a bit of a shame. But looking for some more young players that we want to develop. Agnew. Yeah, let's throw Agnew in there. Let's see if we can get, where you can see we're leaning heavy on our defense here with the exception of Stanford. I'm hoping we just are able to get Stanford to develop past the bad stats. That's the plan here, is that his stats become so good that he ends up performing. Uche gets an upgrade. That's nice. He's a 79 overall. He's still relatively young, but I don't know how much he has left in him. We'll put it into power. Andy McAllister. I think wasn't he our draft pick? He was like one of our first picks. Hunter Henry, we'll bump him up as a vertical threat. So he's a 93 overall, temporary, with the morale boost and whatnot. And it's time to take on the Chargers. So let's see how it goes. I don't get it. We win games that we should lose, and we lose games that we should win. I don't get it. I'm not going to complain about it. It's going to make it harder to trade up, but we threw for 270 yards, ran for 142, put up 21 points in the first half, played some good defense in the second. Oops. Parrish throws for 270 and 2 touchdowns. I mean, he's had some really good games. Stanford with a decent game, 15 for 62. Running game was spread out nicely. Lincoln 5 for 83. Hunter Henry. Stanford had 6 catches. CeeDee Lamb only 2 receptions. Not a single tackle for loss. Sacks for Gooden and Uche. And still only, I think, 2 interceptions on the year. We got the Bears coming up now. I assume it's still Justin Fields. Let's get our scouting out of the way. We'll keep looking at some offensive line, or finish looking at the offensive linemen that we were looking at. And then, I don't know what we're going to move on to. Select scout. Okay, so he's no good. He's no good. Ugh. We do need to probably make a run at Cody Bayless, though, just because a mid-first rounder. Okay. So I'd love to be able to trade up to the first-round pick and still keep one of our first picks. We looked at a couple of tight ends. We haven't looked at any wide receivers. I don't think we need to. Fullbacks, no. Halfbacks, we looked at a couple. Sure, we'll look at Matt Turk. First round, okay. First round talent in the third round. I'm glad I looked at him. Darren Youngblood. No. Leon Hopkins. Third round pick in the 5th round. And we've looked at every single quarterback. So if we aren't able to land Jacobs, I think we just hold on to we just stick with the current quarterbacking situation. So right end, they think we're weak at. I mean, we'll look at a couple of right ends, but yeah, defensively, I think it's just a matter of letting our players develop. We've got some very, very good young talent on defense. So let's try to stop him. And Roquan Smith. We'll stick with those 5 players there. Defensively, I don't think we need to add more talent. I think we just need the talent we have to develop. Offensively, I think we still need some help, but defensively, I think we're in pretty good shape. So let's upgrade our players. Who got some upgrades here? Barry Madden and Mike Hughes. Put it in as a run stopper. And Mike Hughes, man-to-man, 83 overall. And I think it's time to go. Let's see how things go against the Bears. 4-5 Bears. We're 4-4. Can we win 2 in a row? No, but that is a game right there. 45-42, we lose to the Bears. Wow, 21-21 at the half. Bears threw for 330 yards. We threw for 334. It was quite the game. Fields, 330 yards and 5 touchdowns. Parrish, 334 and 3 touchdowns. Huh. Parrish with another good game. Stanford, 15 carries, 81 yards. Hunter Henry, 10 for a $133. Lincoln and Lamb both had good games. Defense. Chris Barnes with 16 tackles. Sacks from Hodge and Agnew. An interception from Jonathan Jones. All right, so we are 4-5 as we continue to sim through the season here. We got the 9-1 Tennessee Titans, who are rated 79 overall. We got to be confident. And it'd be nice to beat a 9-1 team. Titans are playing well and have plus 10 break tackle recognition and tackle for the game. Okay, so do we, though. Beat the Titans. Again, this would be a huge win for us. Pick up a bunch of bonus XP. Dalton Keene. It's a lot of money for a backup tight end. No, we're not going to offer him a contract. That's a lot of money for a backup tight end. Oh, we got an upgrade already. Cool. All right, so let's look at the rest of the tight ends, because if we're gonna let Keene go, okay, so there are a couple of decent ones here. If we could pick up Burnham, like in the 4th round or something, that might not be terrible. What else do I want to look at? Let's finish looking at these guys. So Kevin Castro looks to be okay. Venson Hamilton. Okay, so we can't spend any more points. Who got the upgrade? Tyler Bass, our kicker. Put it into power, I guess. I like how he's got the one eye black on. So once we get through, probably week 12, we'll pause and look at the stats, and then we'll see them through the end of the season. Because I don't think, we're a game and a half behind the Dolphins right now. So, we still got a shot if we can go on a run here down the stretch, but we have to beat a 9-1 team, which I don't know if that's feasible or not. Uche, do I want to get Uche out of there? No, we'll leave him in there. We'll continue to try to develop Josh. All right. David Hebert is a late round pick for us. J.C. Jackson's going to be up to a 90. Very nice. 91 with the temporary boost. Morale's down, so the team's not playing particularly well, but that makes sense. I don't have any points that I want to spend, so let's just go. Can we beat the 9-1 Tennessee Titans? We can. So we're going to get a ton of XP for that. 17-14 the final. This game makes no sense. We are a 500 team right now. We defeat the Titans 17-14. We throw for 270. We run for 61. Ryan Tannehill, we pick him off 4 times. Parrish 270 yards and 2 touchdowns. Stanford 15 for 53. CeeDee Lamb 5 for 77. Myers, Lincoln, Stanford have 4 receptions. Defensively, couple of tackles for losses, a sack for Hodge, and 4 picks. Jones, Uche, Jackson, and Marcus Smith, the rookie, all with interceptions. So our best defensive game of the year by far. And let's see how much XP we're going to get for that. Actually, let's upgrade players first, then see how much it is. Oh, and it's 2 important players. Gooden, future of the franchise. I just earned an X. He's an X Factor. Very nice. Superstar X Factor. That is what I like to see. The rookie, Orlando Gooden. Let's go. Christian Barmore, up to an 84 temporary. Who knows? Maybe this season isn't lost. Maybe this season isn't lost. We will see. But we defeated a hot opponent. We're now a game out of first place, a game behind Miami. Let's go. Trent Brown is stoked. We're going streaking. 2,500 XP for the entire roster. 4 players already negotiate. Who are these players? Nobody I'm concerned about. Is there anybody? I'm not concerned about any of these players, honestly. Yeah, they're all going to be allowed to walk away. Let's do some more scouting. Our running backs are up to an A- now because he's up to an 86 or whatever. There were no more quarterbacks to scout, right? Yeah, it's just undrafted guys. Turk was somebody we might take a look at. I'm going to look at a couple wide receivers because, I don't know, CeeDee Lamb not getting it done this year. Maybe he's a cap casualty. Not that we need the cap space, but maybe he's a cap casualty. Who knows? Let's go back and let's a lot of left tackles in this draft. None of them are any good, though. Gregory Thompson, second-round pick in the second round. Okay. All right, so we got the Browns coming up. The 7-4 Browns. 79 overall. That can't be the best option. I feel like defending the deep pass against Baker Mayfield is the way to go against the Browns. They have a 73 running back. Yep, we're going to stick with those players. Gooden, Timmons should get an upgrade here shortly. Agnew, Uche, and Stanford. So Gooden was our first X-Factor player that we found, so that's awesome. Middle linebacker, should be the future of the franchise here for the next decade. Let's see what we get for upgrades after this. We should get a bunch because everybody got 2,500 XP. So it's going to be all the bad players. So Dalton Keene. Dexter Harrison. 74 temporary. The morale should start going the other way since we've played relatively well here over the last couple of weeks. I'm actually really stoked that we got that first the first X Factor player. So that kind of rejuvenates my hope for this season a little bit. We'll see how the rest of the year goes. We just beat a 9-1 team. We're back to 500. Hopefully we can keep it up this year again this week against the Browns. Yeah, ton of upgrades. Oh, good. Rashad Crawford gets another upgrade. Let's run through these real quick. Yeah, you get through all the bad ones first, and then all the good ones are at the bottom. So you got to sit here and be like, I don't care about this guy, I don't care about this guy. And then Crawford, we're just going to keep upgrading him as a scrambler. It doesn't really matter, I don't think. Now we get into the good ones. So Bailey. Jake Bailey is an all-pro punter. His rating should be higher than that, but whatever. McCullough. Look at that temporary. +7 temporary. He's an 88 overall right now. Natane Mute was the guy we picked up in a trade this year, so he's up to an 81. That's nice. Proven that guard position. Marcus Smith was a late round pick this year, but looking to be like a pretty good pickup, up to a 78 temporary as a rookie. Antonio Agnew. Let's upgrade his power rusher. He's a 79 temporary now. Make him a little more well-rounded here. Damian Morris was a draft pick this year. He's a 75 overall. Benji Russell we picked up after we traded... I don't even remember his name at this point. The running back we traded last episode. We brought him in. Jackson Gentry improved, which is nice since he's starting at center this year. And Kenny Stanford is up to an 87. Let's put it into power back. See if we can continue to grind out some yards here. So he's an 86 overall, 87 temporary. That's a lot of upgrades that week. We've already gone through scouting. We've already done training. Let's advance the week. Let's see how things go against the Cleveland Browns. Can we continue to play well? We do. 23-6. All right, so we'll take a look at stats here in just a minute. But that's been a good run of football for us. So we started here with the Chargers. We won 28-14. Then we lost to the Bears. And then back-to-back wins. So we're 3-1 so far in this episode. Only passed for 160 yards, but ran for $135. Limited them to, Baker, 196 yards and 2 picks. So we've picked the ball off 6 times in the last 2 weeks. Parrish was meh, 22 of 33 for $160. Stanford with a good game. There you go. That's what I like to see. 18 for 97. Really, really short passing game. Wow. Tackles for losses, Gooden, Waynes, Madden, and Hodge. So rookie, second-year guy, third-year guy, second-year guy. That's what I like to see. 4 sacks, Waynes, Hodge, McCullough, Madden, and Barnes each had a sack. Gooden and Jackson with picks. All right, so we're 6-5. 6-5. We are on a bit of a hot streak here. Playoff picture, if the season started today, we would not be in. So we still got a ways to go. We still got to catch the Dolphins. Still a game back. Help a player upgrade to his dev trait. Alex Waynes. You want to be those guys. Let's bring it this week. Okay, hold the Colts to less than 100 rushing yards or get Alex Waynes an interception, a forced fumble, a tackle for loss, and a sack. So the key is going to be stop the run here against the 7-4 Colts. Hopefully we can do that. I'd love for Waynes to get that bump to his dev trait. We don't need a linebacker. I guess we'll just take a look at some of the better players here and see if... We don't need a right out. We don't need linebackers. Linebackers is like the one position where we are in decent shape, especially middle linebacker. We'll look at Frank Easley, the corner. Okay, he looks pretty good. Matthew Anderson. Okay, he looks pretty good. And we'll finish with Devin Dennard. Yeah, I mean, maybe a tackle. You know, maybe we can find a tackle with star development, and that pushes McCullough back a spot. Who knows? But I'm pretty happy with our two main defensive tackles. So Jalen Timmons, make him a power rusher. Upgrade that. So he's a 79 overall. And Jonathan Jones. Who's hurt? Hopefully it's not our quarterback or something. McCullough, dislocated hip. Oof, okay. And we lose one of our starting D tackles for the year. Weekly strategy against the Colts is going to be all about stopping the run. Select. We're going to try to stop Marlon Mack. Gooden, Timmons, Smith, Agnew, Uche, and Stanford. Yeah, I'm good with that. Now we just need a quarterback, an X-Factor quarterback. That would be sweet. All right, so we get some upgrades going in to... Oh, an upgrade. Chris Barnes. I think we may need to try to switch to a 4-3. 4-3 might be a better suited defense for us with Barnes and Gooden in the middle of the defense now. But we're playing well right now. I don't want to jinx it, so let's advance the week against the Colts. See if we can hold them to less than 100 yards rushing. We lose. Okay, that's not good. Did we at least hold them to less than 100 yards rushing? We did not. They got 146 yards rushing. That's no good. Teddy Bridgewater with 163 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Parrish had a good game, or an okay game. Stanford had a good game. Yeah, we don't throw the ball downfield at all. Winovich had 2 tackles for losses and 2 sacks. Hodge and Waynes had one. We just couldn't stop them. It just looks like we couldn't stop them on defense. So that stinks. I was hoping for that upgrade. That was a humbling experience. Oh, that sucks. Maybe he's better suited as a role player. That hurts. That hurts. Let's do all the scouting and everything, and then we'll take a look at the stats before we kind of grind through the rest of the regular season here. It looks like it's going to be another 500-ish season for the New England Patriots, but maybe year 5 is the year that that we break out. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, we'll just keep looking at the cornerbacks here. He's no good. He's no good. He's no good. Tom Wright. So maybe we can get that center in the second round. All right, then we'll finish up there next time. Set the weekly strategy here against the Bills. Yep, Josh Allen. Ed Oliver still hanging around. Still waiting on ratings on Timmons and Agnew. So hopefully they get upgrades and we'll be able to... They got to play, what, 500 snaps, I think? No upgrades this week. Okay. What did I want to look at? I wanted to look at stats, right. I wanted to look at statistics. So Parrish is now 3,000 yards, 21 touchdowns. We have the 18th ranked offense, the 9th ranked defense. Stanford having his best season, I think, so far. I mean, Parrish has been, he's been fine, 4,000 yards, 29 touchdowns a year ago. He's on pace for about the same this year, so I don't want to sit here and say he's been terrible. So we'll just have to sort of wait and see what happens. Yeah, just wait and see what happens. Stanford, 800 yards, 7 touches. He's having his best year by far as well. Myers having a good year. Lincoln having his best year. Lamb doing okay. Yeah, it's spread out between our top 4, which is fine. Myers, Lincoln, Lamb, and Henry. Stanford chipping in out of the backfield. Nothing really happening for Kevin Adams. He may be somebody that we look to move. He's got star development. But so does Lincoln. So does Jacoby Myers, and so does CeeDee Lamb. I don't know. We'll see. Barnes leads us in tackles again. Winovich leads us in tackles for losses. Hodge leads us in sacks. Gooden, Jackson, and Jones lead us in picks. Bass having a meh year as a kicker. Only 14 attempts. What do we got here? This is kick returns. So Lincoln and Barclay are doing fine. Lincoln is the main punt returner, is doing fine. Yeah. So Parrish hasn't been terrible. But if I can upgrade to an elite, top quarterback, then I'll do it. So it's time. Let's see what happens here against the Bills. The 7-5 Bills, a huge seeding implication in this one. And we lose again. All right, so I think our season is... We're going to be on the outside looking in here. As we are now, 6-7? No, 7-8. Back-to-back losses. We give up 327 yards. Not terrible. Only 205 yards passing, but the running game did really well for them. Allen, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Parrish threw 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Stanford with another decent game, 12 for 54. CeeDee Lamb with a decent game. Myers had a touchdown. Lincoln had a touchdown. Gooden led us in tackles. Only 1 sack and no picks. So, yeah, so another loss. So it looks like this is going to be another season with us on the outside looking in as we get ready to take on the Jets. Thinks we're weak at right end. I really don't, but let's see, what do we want to look at? We really don't need to look at any linebackers, but I may as well. Maybe there's somebody in here that... let's look at some of the scheme fits later on in the draft, and maybe there will be somebody who we can pick up. Yeah, like Jamar Hawkins. Like that wouldn't be a bad pick to pick up some depth there. Defensive tackles. I think we should look at some defensive tackles, I think. just to be safe, is McCullough with the normal development may not end up being a stud. So Orlando Gooden gets another upgrade. Make him a field general, so he's an 83 now. He's going to be a 90 before you know it. I mean, he was a 78 when we drafted him, so he's gone up 4 points this in his rookie season already. Weekly strategy against the Jets. So we're 6-7, so we got, 4 games left? Zach Wilson, Quinnen Williams. We'll focus on the same players. Timmons, Smith, Agnew, Uche, Stanford, and Gooden. Looks like Uche is about ready to get another upgrade. You do get some more upgrades here. Justin Parrish. Well, that's good to know. He's an 83 now, but still with the normal development. If that development increased here, you know, if he improved to even just the star, I wouldn't hesitate to hang on to him. But, yeah, with him being normal, I just don't know. All right, well, let's sim this week against the Jets and see if we can get back to 500 or if we're going to fall to 6-8. No, we win. Okay, that was a good win. 21-7. Looked pretty good offensively, it looks like. Good defensively. So we got the Bills, the Jaguars, and the Rams. So we passed for $1.95 and run for $1.43. We got a pick on Wilson. Parrish throws for 195. 19 for 81 for Stanford. Benji Russell, 11 for 40. Lamb at 90 yards receiving. Asi has a touchdown catch. Gooden led us in tackles. Duggar and Timmons with tackles for losses. 3 sacks. Winovich, Waynes. Gooden and Barnes. And who got the pick? Jonathan Jones. Excellent. All right. And guys, I will be back in just a second. Hang tight. All right. We're back. So we got another hot opponent, Buffalo again. They beat us 2 weeks ago. If we can beat them this time, we can get some more XP, which is nice. It'd be nice to maybe get that. Yeah, I don't think the division is in play for us. We're 2 games out with 3 games left. It's just a matter, I think, at this point of... yeah, playing the best we can, I guess. I'm not about, necessarily tanking. Like I don't want to just, play my worst players that we end up with a worse or a better draft pick, I guess. I want my players to continue to develop. So, yeah, I mean, we'll keep plugging away. We are 7-7. And we got a big game here against the Bills. If we can knock them out, I mean, that would be okay. I'd be okay knocking them out of the postseason. Let's stick with the training with those players, see what sorts of upgrades we get. If we get any. We didn't get any last week. We got some this week. Uche, Nance, and Duggar. Okay, cool. So Uche's up to an 82 temporary. Yeah, and I think we may have some moves to make with some of our wide receivers because we've got, I don't want to say we have too many, but we have wide receivers that aren't playing, that are star potential, that aren't playing. So, it would suck to trade them and then suffer an injury, but I don't want to just leave him on the bench when we can potentially get an asset for him down the road. All right, so here we go. Let's see if we can. Let's see how things go here against the Bills. Another win. All right, so we defeat another team that was on a hot streak. So that's going to be another XP bump for our boys. 35-23. We throw for 277. Scored 21 points in the fourth quarter. Offense comes to play in the fourth. Allen, 369 and 3 touchdowns. Parrish, 277 and 3. Running game was meh. Henry, 9 for $119. Lamb, 7 for 77. Lincoln, 4 for 61. Morris caught a touchdown pass. Winovich, couple tackles for losses. Barmore and Barnes with sacks. And Mike Hughes with the pick. Awesome. I love those XP bumps. And that's why you don't tank. And we got a cold opponent coming up. Trent Brown still super excited. Entire team earned 2,500 XP. That is sweet. Cold opponent this week, so we got the Jaguars. So maybe we can get back to back. No fear. Okay, yeah. Avoid falling victim to the trap game. Let's upgrade. Who got upgrades? Agnew. Nice. Let's put him in as a power rusher. Kasim Barkley. Depth at the cornerback position is nice. Brian Henry. Depth at the linebacker position is nice. He's an 80 temporary right now. With that +7. Daniel Fields, another linebacker, more middle linebacker depth, 79 temporary. McAllister with another upgrade. I think that's his 3rd or 4th this year already. Asiasi will be gone at the end of the year. I can't trade him right now because he's hurt. But once that injury's up, I will either cut him or trade him. David Hebert, 73 temporary. Yeah, we've got some good temporary bumps right now, which will be sweet going into a game against a bad Jaguars team. And hopefully we can get some more XP for not falling victim to the trap game, as it's called. Angelo Pritchett. Get through all these backups. A lot of these players aren't even going to be here next year. I guess I'll put it into power. It's not where I meant to put it, but don't really care. Crawford with another upgrade. So he's going to go from a 53 to a 56 this year. So there's that. And now we get into the important one. So Owenu is an 87 temporary. Winovich with an upgrade. 89 temporary. Jacoby Myers is an 84 temporary. 85 temporary. Okay. Ashton Lincoln is a deep threat. He's an 80 temporary. Okay. Moses Middleton. Yeah, he's an 85 temporary right now. A lot of upgrades. And see, Kevin Adams is one that I'm not sure what I want to do with because he hasn't caught a ball this year, but he's going to be almost an 80 over. He's at 79 overall right now. Roman Hodge. '83 temporary. Alex Waynes with another upgrade. Let's put him in as a run stopper. He's an 80 temporary. And last but not least, C.D. Lamb as a deep threat up to a 91. All right. And now we have to... Who got hurt? Yeah, those are the same two players. Okay. Did we do the scouting already? We didn't. Okay. My phone buzzing like it normally does. We're looking at D tackles. get through some of these 5th-round guys. There we go. Chuck Matthews. That's somebody we will keep an eye on. Phil Gates. Yeah, so there's some good later-round defensive tackles here, so that's good. We don't need to worry about it in the 1st round or even the 2nd round. We got some good options here in the 5th. Weekly strategy against the Jags. Trevor Lawrence. Miles Jack is still hanging around. All right, so Gooden is almost leveled up again. So is Timmons. Marcus Smith is almost leveled up. Stanford's almost leveled up again. All right, so we've had some good experience for our for some of our star players this year. There goes Smith with the upgrade. Put him in. He's looking good. All right, here we go. Against the Jags, and then we have the Chargers to finish off the season. This is a big game right here. I really, we can improve to 9-7, move into, if the Bills and the Dolphins lose, move into a 3-way tie for first, and we'll get the XP from beating a team that's on a cold streak. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Or do we play down to our opponent? We play down to our opponent like we normally do. We get blown out by the Jaguars. All right. So we're going to miss the playoffs. We got 14 points in the 4th quarter, 370 yards of total offense. Lawrence goes off for 245 and 2 touchdowns. Parrish 280 and a touchdown and a pick. Lamb with a good game. Lincoln, Henry, Stanford all did okay. It's a little disappointing. I was hoping for more out of this year's team. Not a single sack and no picks. So we just were not able to stop the vaunted Jacksonville Jaguars defense, or offense rather. That sucks. Yep. Frustration is evident in the locker room. It sure is. Stanford with another upgrade. Let's put it into power back. His morale's down to a -4. Ugh. Well, the season's almost over. We're not going to make the playoffs anyway, so we'll have to come into next season with a sort of a better mindset, I hope, as we're taking on the 11-5 Rams to finish the season. If we win, we're going to end up with our 3rd straight 9-8 season, which isn't great, but, what are you going to do? Let's look at some cornerbacks that fit our... Cecil Mann. No. Oof. Okay, so Evan Kelly's on there. All right. Well, let's get through this last game, I guess, and then look at the stats, and then we'll call it an episode. It's a little disappointing. I mean, I guess it's not. I mean, I came into this episode kind of thinking that we were going to make some changes in the offseason and move on from our quarterback and maybe make some other moves. But when you beat a 9-1 team, you kind of get your hopes up a little bit, and got a ton of upgrades from some really important players, and we just weren't able to get it done. So, what happens? Yeah, I mean, like Gooden is already up to an 83. He's an 80 with the morale, but he had a great rookie season, just a great rookie season. Morale's going to be down for everybody because of that game against the Jaguars, which isn't great going into a game against an 11-5 team, but what are you going to do? We'll put it there. And Isaiah Wynn. Hopefully he doesn't retire next year. We've lost an offensive lineman each of the last 2 years to retirement. All right. Well, let's go ahead and sim ahead. 8-8. Finished the season 8-9. 8-9. Not good. Finished the season 8-9. An 88 offense, 86 defense, 86 overall, and we finished the season 8-9. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to complain. Madden gets an upgrade. We'll look at the stats. We'll call it an episode, and then next episode I'll sim through the the postseason, and we'll do the offseason. So free agency and the draft. Yeah, this was excuse me, this was probably the most disappointing season thus far. When we had that first season, after we started, the year 2, and you're coming in with a rookie quarterback, and you aren't necessarily expecting the growth right away. Same thing with the second year. We won the division. We finished 9-8 bowl seasons. This year, though, I was expecting more. This year. And again, not like Parrish played terribly. I mean, he threw for 4,100 yards, 30 touchdowns, had almost a 100 QB rating. But I think this is sort of his cap, right? He's gotten a little better every year, but just a little better, right? I mean, he threw for, about 30 less yards, threw for one more touchdown. Passer rating was almost identical. He's gotten a little better every year. Yeah, I mean, he's been okay. He's been fine, but I need more than fine. I need like superstar at quarterback. So Stanford runs for 1,000 yards. He had his best season by far. We are going to be picking up a backup quarterback or backup running back in the draft. Lamb, I don't want to say disappointing year. 70, and we had two receivers who had over 900 yards, 4 who had almost 800 or more. So Henry, Myers, Lincoln, and Lamb were really our top 4 targets, and they were all good. Stanford, a nice option out of the backfield. Again, Adams with not a single reception, so it might be time to move on from him or one of our other wide receivers. Barnes led us in tackles. Gooden, the rookie, was 3rd. Hodge, the third-year linebacker, led us in sacks. Winovich had 6. He had a good year. Uche, 4.5. Barmore, a lot of sacks. Not a lot of picks this year. 6, 8, 10. Only 12 interceptions this year. 3 by Jackson and Jones. 2 by Gooden and Hughes. 1 from Uche and Smith. So we finished 20th in offense and 7th in defense. So, yeah, I mean, our defense was okay. I'm not gonna, defensively we were fine, and we finished 7th in yards allowed. I mean, I'll take it. I will take it. Let's take a look at player stats real quick. Jameis Winston throws for 5,000 yards for the Saints. Mahomes, 5,000. Daniel Jones, Zach Wilson, Russell Wilson, Jalen Hurts. Good years. Dak Prescott threw for 43 touchdowns to lead the NFL. Sam Darnold, 41 touchdowns for the Panthers. Jordan Love led the NFL in interceptions. No surprise, Jameis Winston finished 2nd. Rushing, Derrick Henry again led the NFL in rushing with almost 1,900 yards. Christian McCaffrey just under 1,800. 18 touchdowns for Chubb and Kamara. Najee Harris with 17. Michael Thomas led the NFL in receptions. Amari Cooper, DK Metcalf, Kittle, Engram, Justin Nava. Thomas was almost 1,700 receiving yards. Stephon Diggs, 16 touchdown receptions on the year. Who led the league in sacks. Myles Garrett and Khalil Mack each with 21 sacks on the year. Jesse Bates III led in interceptions. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it. So when we come back, next episode, we'll sim through the postseason, and we'll get to the offseason, and we'll try to figure it out in this offseason. Try to figure out the offense. Maybe try to get a new quarterback in. I don't really know. I mean, that's my plan going into this, is moving on from Justin Parrish, but we'll see how it goes. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you're enjoying this or if you're not enjoying it or whatever. But I'm having fun playing, so yeah, I'll talk to everybody soon. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Madden 22 with the New England Patriots. It is playoff time. We are going to sim through the playoffs, and we're going to get to and complete the off-season. Yeah, and it's going to be an important offseason for us. We had back-to-back 9-8 seasons, followed up with an 8-9 season. You can see, though, overall we're an 86, 88 offense, 86 defense. So I think we're almost there. We will see what next week brings, though. So let's go ahead and let's head to the Super Bowl. And we'll take a look at what happened in the postseason and then go from there. So who do we have? We've got the Chiefs and the Cowboys in Super Bowl 59. So in the AFC, the number 7 seed Bengals upset the Browns. The Dolphins beat the Chargers. The Chiefs destroy the Colts in the divisional series. Titans over the Bengals. Chiefs over the Dolphins. Chiefs beat the Titans. And in the NFC, the Cowboys defeat the Saints. The Giants upset the Panthers. And the Rams beat the Vikings 21-5. The Cowboys beat the Rams. And the Giants beat the Falcons. So you had the Seahawks, rather. So you had a Dallas-New York NFC Championship game. That must have been interesting. So you've got the Dallas Cowboys and the number 4 seed Kansas City Chiefs in Super Bowl 59. Let's advance the week. And see who your champions are. The Dallas Cowboys defeat the Kansas City Chiefs 45-35 in Super Bowl 59. Dak Prescott wins Super Bowl MVP. Dak Prescott is your NFL MVP. Coach of the Year, Mike McCarthy. Offensive Player of the Year, Christian McCaffrey. Khalil Mack wins the Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Sheldon Hebert, which is actually somebody I was told to go after last season and this season. And Joe Buchanan of the Falcons is the Defensive Player of the Year. So we may look and see if we can pick up a Sheldon Hebert here in the offseason. Can we trade? Yeah, we can't trade yet. So we'll wait until we have the ability to trade. We are in a staff week. I don't think we're going to make any changes to our staff. So we're just going to go ahead and skip ahead. All right. Retirements. Here we go. Let's see who retired. Akeem Hicks, Taylor Lewin, T.Y. Hilton, Greg the Leg, J.J. Watt finally retires, Cam Newton retires, Kirk Cousins, Robert Griffin III, Melvin Gordon III after 10 years, Andy Dalton and Nick Foles both retire. Latavius Murray retires. And I don't think there's anybody we need to negotiate with. We'll double check, but yeah, these are all players we don't care to bring back. Yeah. Yeah, Dalton Keene wanted a ton of money, right? He wanted it was like a $5 million cap hit or something. So I am good with that. Let's advance the week. Why do we have a D at right tackle? Did we have somebody retire? What is going on our offensive line? So we've got Isaiah Wynn on the left. Owenu left guard. Gentry is our center. Muti is our right guard. And Trent Brown is our right tackle. Why are we listed as a D for right tackle? I don't know. All right, let's see who is available for free agents. We have $47 million in free agency. Aaron Donald is available. He wants a lot of money. We don't necessarily need an end. Bakhtari. But again, we don't need our tackles are set. We need guards. So let's just go position by position, I guess. Jared Goff, I don't care about. Travis Etienne, we don't need him. Don't need a wide receiver. Jonnu Smith is available again. I think we're fine. We'll stick with Hunter Henry and Asiasi, I guess. We're fine there. We're fine there. We do need a center. These guys are all old. I think it's going to be a draft thing. I mean, like, this guy's okay, but, I mean, he's not that much better than what we currently have. Right guard, we're fine. Okay, it says we're a B+ now. All right, it said we were a D before. So we got Winovich and Agnew, and it thinks we're a C+. Winovich is 30 already. Wow, okay. Looking for young players maybe that have star potential that somehow slipped through the cracks. Any defensive tackles that are young? Aleem McNeil, no. I mean, he's not bad, but with the normal development, I'm not all that interested in him. What about? No. We're good at linebacker. We're good at linebacker. We're good at linebacker. We're good at cornerback. Free safety, I think we're fine with Middleton and Smith. Wow, Duggar's already 29 years old. Okay. Yeah, I don't know that we're going to make any real moves in free agency. There's nobody here that really, gets me going, so to speak. I'm fine with our kicker. Yeah, I don't think we're going to make any moves in free agency this year. We have so many draft picks that I think we're going to be fine there. Let's do some scouting. We'll look at the combine scores and see if there's anybody we missed. He's undrafted. Okay. Thought maybe he might show up as a drafted style. Look for high combine scores. Nothing really there. Looking for high sixes. Again, he's undrafted. I'm not going to look at the undrafted guys because it's just going to show them as undrafted. And I know they're undrafted. That doesn't help me. Seventh round pick. Wow, okay. Jim Sharp, 7th round pick. We found a couple of really hidden gems last year using the combine score as sort of a guide. We found the safety who was supposed to be a 7th round pick, but it said he was 1st round talent. So, well, this has been depressing so far. Yeah, we don't need any ends. Okay, like that guy. Rodarius Tolbert, 7th round projection, 2nd round talent, so that's somebody we'll keep an eye on. Any D tackles? Here's a 5.7. Yep, another one, Eddie Hill. And right now, I'm strictly looking at this based on combine scores. We can go back and fill some stuff in after the fact, but I'm strictly looking at combine scores this time through. So I think what I'm going to do is let's see if I want to take a look. I don't even know who that quarterback is. I was just brought to my attention on a couple of different occasions. So he was with the Colts. So we're going to add Parrish. Sheldon Abear, 23 years old. Can we look at the player card? Yes. He's a star. The ratings are about the same. I mean, our quarterback is actually rated higher. He's got a lower cap hit. Let's see if there's any interest. So will you give me a third as well? Holy crap. Okay. That wasn't what I anticipated to happen at all. All right, so we move Justin Parrish, and in return, we pick up the reigning NFL Rookie of the Year and a third-round pick from the Colts, and we still have all of our first-round picks. So Hebert right now is an 82 overall. Let's take a look at him. Let's look at his player card and sort of figure him out here. That was unanticipated. I didn't think we would be able to get him for nothing, basically nothing, and get some talent back. All right, so select. Let's look at his. So star development. Stats last year: 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Ran a little bit. I mean, he's good. He's good, and that means we don't have to trade up for a quarterback, which is awesome. So we can just sort of fill our needs with what we have. Cool. All right. Well, that works. Thank you to the commenter who brought up Sheldon Hebert. That works for me. It now says we have a top need at quarterback, but I'm pretty content with that. And we're still not going to do anything in free agency. So we are just going to jump ahead here, I think, to the draft. Oops. No, we're not going to jump ahead to the draft. Because we got to continue to do some scouting. That was not anticipated. I mean, Steven Jacobs, he looks like he could be a good player. He looks like he could be a decent player. Any running backs down the list that... Tremaine Preston, Roman Molden. We need some guard help. Trey Duncan in the 6th. Colin Watts is undrafted. Tyler Patton is undrafted. Yeah, not very good offensive talent here in this one. All right, we'll advance a week. No, I don't want to quit franchise mode. I want to advance a week. Let's do some more scouting. We were looking at guards, right? Was it left guards or right guards? Who knows? Does it really matter? Because none of these guys are all that good. Rashawn Collins looks like he might be okay. Nate Dunn. Yep. Garbage there. We really don't need any defensive ends. It says we need a right end, but with the number of picks we have, Rodarius Tolbert in the 3rd round could be fine to give us some depth. We've looked at all the defensive tackles. Linebackers. I think we're set at linebacker, but this thing seems to think that we need linebackers. So we'll look at a few linebackers. All right. So ahead another week. And I would normally say that this is going to be a short episode because we're not doing anything in free agency, but we've got 70 draft picks or something. So we didn't make any offers. Butker went to... Oh, he's still available. Aaron Donald signed with the Rams. Bakhtari went to Buffalo. Xavier Howard to the Saints. Khalil Mack to the Washington football team. Justin Simmons to the Jets. Brandon Scherf to the back to the Broncos. Tuitt to the Cardinals. Deion Dawkins to the Saints. ATN to the Cowboys. Bradbury to the Jets. Jonnu Smith to the Cowboys. Joel Bitonio to the Vikings. Eddie Jackson to Washington football team. Asante Samuel Jr. to the Broncos. Devonta Smith to the Broncos. Jamar Chase to San Francisco. All right, it's draft time. And I don't know that we even really need to trade up. I mean, I think we have our quarterback. I think we are good to go. Let's jump in and start drafting. All right, so the Raiders pick first. Let's advance to the next pick, see who they take. They took Steven Jacobs. He's a 77 overall, so we could have potentially traded up to the first pick, but, you know, let's go to our draft. That's not, I didn't want to go to our draft board. So it says we need really everything on offense, which is kind of weird. Or is that must be Houston. That must be Houston. I don't know, because it says we're a C- across the board on defense. So we're just going to skip ahead to our pick because I don't think we need to make any real I don't think we need to trade up because we had plenty of draft picks and we landed our quarterback in a trade. All right, so let's look at you know what? Let's go back here and pause. And now let's go to make our selection. None of this 2-minute crap for me. Draft board. All right. So, yeah, it says we are a C at quarterback, a C at halfback, a C at fullback, and a C+ at wide receiver. And then C+ is down the board on defense. I don't agree with any of that, but apparently it does. All right, so Cole Newman. A lot of running backs. We don't need to take a running back in the first round. One wide receiver. A couple of tight ends, but we can get them later. Artie Blackman, first-round talent. Late first round, looks to be okay. Cody Bayless, we need a center. Mid-first round talent. I think maybe we go Cody Bayless. It's not sexy, but we absolutely need a center. Absolutely, 100%. Earl Thomas is there. Right now, we're going center, which, again, not sexy, but it's needed. A lot of cornerbacks. I think we're going to go center. I think we are going to take Cody Bayless with the top pick in the draft. 76 hidden. Very nice. He looks like he's going to be a stud. Let's skip ahead to the draft. Go to our next pick. Picking 32nd. Let's go back to draft board. Damian Hargrave, but he's a second-round talent. We could probably get him in the second round if we really needed to. Keith Foster. Could use a tight end, but again, fourth-round talent. We could probably get him in the next round. Derek Atkinson. He's a first. We can get him in the next round. He's a third-round talent, so we'll have to keep an eye on him. Luke Posey. Damian Hargrave. Yeah, I don't know. Are we taking somebody? So we are at the, let's look at Philip Butler. We do need another running back. Early first-round talent, elusive back. I think we take Philip Butler. We do need another running back, so maybe we pair Butler. Yep, that's what we're going to do. 78 hidden. There we go. A couple of really, really nice first-round picks. Let's go to our next pick, which is right there. I think maybe that free safety now. If he's still there, Hargrave. Second-round talent. Let's look at the draft card. Yeah, mid-first-round talent. In the top 2 or 3 of every combine score for a free safety. So Damian Hargrave, 75 overall hidden. Very nice. So our first 3 picks are all hidden talents. That's what you like to see. Skip ahead in the draft. Let's get to our next pick, which is number 16. So much talent on this team right now. Draft board, I want to go after the defensive tackle. Might be a little early. Oh, wow. Matt Turk. Oof. Projected early 3rd rounder. Think we are going to go. I want to keep an eye on Newman because we only have 1 quarterback on the roster, so it'll be nice to get a second. I think we're going to go Atkinson. 3rd round talent, 1st round. Yeah, I mean, he looks really solid. 77. Okay, he's a normal, but 77 overall, so he's a high starting number, which is nice. Skip ahead to the next pick. The running back is there. We'll take him then. And he's not. Neither is the... Oh, no, Keith Foster's there. I think we're going to go Keith Foster because we do need another tight end. And that means if we can move Asiasi, that would be huge. Let's take a look at Keith Foster. Mid-second round talent. Good 40-yard dash. He's a possession-style tight end. Sure, we need tight ends. 70 hidden. Okay, all right. 70 hidden. I'll take that. I'll take that out of a tight end pick. So we're going again at 13. Make our pick. Draft board. A lot of defensive tackles rated to go highly. We got Josh Wheaton, 3rd round talent, slated to go in the 2nd round. I mean, we could use another cornerback. Late 2nd round talent. We are midway through the 3rd round. He's probably going to be, what, low 70s normal? High 60s, low 70s normal? 70 normal, yeah. Okay. He's all right. He's all right. Looking for those gems still, though. Going to the 4th. Excuse me. Make our selection. Draft board. Oh, somebody took the quarterback. Damn it. Okay. That sucks. We need a quarterback. Ah, shoot. Okay. Can we look at the draft? Let's do it this way. Oh, I didn't even know this was here. Hell, okay. Yeah, I don't need more picks. But what I do want to do is see if I can find that quarterback and then trade for him. I don't even remember his name. I just know he was looking for rookies. Rookies aren't going to show up here yet, though, are they? No. All right, I'm going to have to... Is there some way to look at the draft? Pause. Is there some way to look at... I don't think there is. So we might just have to do it afterwards. All right. So let's just find the best possible players and continue on with them. That's probably the best plan here. So for us, Phil Gates, 5th round talent, or 5th round select option, 2nd round talent. I think maybe Rodarius Tolbert, 7th round. Yep, Radarius Tolbert. Yep. Yeah, again, that's kind of where I think we are at this point, kind of in that 60s and 70s. You may find a hidden gem, but I think we're good with the top with the top of what we've done so far. I'm really happy with that here thus far. Tremaine Preston, Rashawn Collins, 5th round. We're in the 4th. Don't really need another linebacker. I mean, Leon Hopkins seems like the best bet. Sure, we'll take another running back. Ugh. Yeah, it's kind of crappy. All right. Kind of crappy. What's our next pick? 26th? All right. We have so many picks that it's okay to swing and miss, right? That we can miss on a pick here and there, and it's not gonna hurt us too much. We need some depth at defensive tackle. So let's see, B-, 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 5.7. I think we're gonna go Kendricks. That's a name, Kendricks. And again, he's probably gonna be late six. Yeah, he's high 60s, but he's hidden. So that's good. So that's not a bad one. High 60s hidden is not a bad pick at the end of the 4th round. Is it our pick again? No, it's not our pick. Okay. We pick in the 5th round. It's the next user pick, which is like 6 picks from now. All right. Make our selection. Guards are still there. We are going to take guard. We are going to take... let's see. So Rashawn Collins didn't have the better combine score, but better at blocking. So we're going to take Rashawn Collins here in the 5th round. 66 normal. Meh. It says we reached. Four more picks before we go again. We can always just take the other one now and see if he was any better. Eddie Hill, Jamar Hawkins. Yeah, I mean, we'll take a linebacker. I mean, we could use some depth, I guess. 68 overall, normal. Meh. It's just so many picks. So many picks. Skip ahead in the draft. Does anybody want to give us picks for next year? Because I would rather just take 2 picks next season. No, those are all this year. That's this year. Oh, no, that is next year. 2025, yeah. Sure, a 5th and a 7th next season? Yep, sure. The Bears can take this pick. Good. We have 2 more picks next year. That's perfect. Anybody want this pick? Can we get, what kind of 2026 picks can we get? A 5th round. There we go. Okay. So a 6th round. We can trade a 6th this year for a 5th next year. I'm good with that. Tennessee's offering us a 5th and a 7th. New Orleans offering us a 5th and a 7th. Carolina. Yeah, I'll do that. Dallas, they just won the championship, so. Tennessee was in the playoffs. New Orleans was in the playoffs. Carolina was in. I'm looking for a team that didn't make the playoffs. Dallas won the Super Bowl. Okay, let's send them to New Orleans. Fine. You guys can have my 6th pick, the 3rd overall pick in the 6th round. We'll skip ahead to our next pick, and then we'll make a pick there, and we'll make the pick there at the 16th. We do have to find another quarterback here, so that'll be something that we do. Draft board. Evan Kelly's the only player left on our draft board. So let's just look at available. I mean, Dante Johnson, a second round projection, fourth round talent. Sure, in the sixth round, 67 overall. I mean, it's not a terrible pick. And in the seventh round, not that we need another wide receiver, but okay, this is our last pick. Is the cornerback still there? If he is, I will take him. He is Evan Kelly. 64 overall. Meh. He's pretty bad. Let's skip ahead and end the draft. And then we got to find that quarterback, man. We got to find you got to find a quarterback. So let's see, where are we? Because I think we only have one quarterback on our roster, right? Oh, we got Cole Newman. Is he just an autofill guy? He must just be an autofill guy because I didn't draft him. So I got Stanford, Butler, and Hopkins. Lamb, Myers, Lincoln, Adams, Nance, Johnson. Yup. Foster will move up ahead of Asiasi. Wynn at left tackle, Onwenu at left guard, Bayless at center, Moody at right guard, Trent Brown at right tackle. We got Winovich at left end with Agnew backing him up, Wayne's at right end with Tolbert backing him up, Barmore, McCullough, and Atkinson. Atkinson may end up moving ahead of McCullough. In fact, he will end up moving ahead of McCullough. Jalen Timmons. Left outside linebacker, Barnes and Gooden are our two starters. In fact, we're going to move him up there just to be safe. Uche on the right end with Hodge backing him up. Jackson's Jones, Hughes, Barclay, our top four. Hargrave is a rookie, but he and Middleton will battle it out. Our safeties are set with Duggar and Smith. All right, so what do we want to do now? I want to find a quarterback. I don't even know who I'm looking for. Does it list? What are these, just all the quarterbacks on the trade block? Is that what this is? Yeah, it's the trade block. Okay, that's not what I want. I don't know. We'll just put Hunter Henry up there. I'm not really interested in trading Henry, but I'm looking for quarterbacks. Jamal Kirkpatrick, no. Locke and Adams, no. I don't even remember his name, which sucks. Hopefully I'll remember it when I see it. Chris Donaldson, no. If Mac Jones and Jared Goff. Okay. Alrighty. You guys do you. Howie Langley, no. Jaguars don't have a... Oh, okay, they do have a quarterback. Dante Gaines? And Gaines is good. Andrew Harris. Darius Stott. They got 3 young quarterbacks. Can we get Darius Stoudemire from you? I mean, we have a ton of wide receiver depth, so for a wide receiver, for Nance, they don't really want Nance, but okay. All right, so they don't want to give up Stoudemire. All right. I think we're okay. I'm not gonna make any additional moves right now. We have a backup quarterback on our team. He's not particularly good, but we have a backup quarterback on our team. So let's go ahead and advance the week. Hang tight just a second. All right, sorry about that. All right, so mentor rookie. Who wants to mentor who? Keith Foster has asked a lot of questions and is eager to come in. I'm going to spend some time. Let's go long-term development. Because we still have Henry for a few years, I assume. Yeah, let's get through the preseason, I guess, and see what sorts of advancements we can make, and then go from there. We'll call it a day at opening day. That's all fine. I'm not going to change any of that for preseason. I am, however, going to go into strategy. Let's find Miles Sanders, Ron Benson. All right, so who do we want to change here? I think we need to be let's take Wheaton out immediately. And let's get our quarterback in there. Did I miss him? Where is our quarterback? Is he already listed here? Oh, there he is. Sheldon Hebert. Redarius Tolbert we can take out and put in. Stanford's an 88. And I think it makes sense to put Stanford in there. Or Orlando Gooden needs to go in there. Bayless we need in there. Atkinson I think can grow. Butler we can take out because we've got Stanford, who's an 88 and only 2 years older than him. So I think Stanford's is going to be the pick. I think I need to get Timmons in there too. Yeah, let's get Timmons in there, and let's get Stanford in there. I'm good with that. I am good with that. All right. Do we have any upgrades immediately? We do. I think it's our quarterback. I think it's Hebert. Yep, Sheldon Hebert. Strong arm. So he's an 80 overall now. But we have an 80 quarterback who is 23 years old with star development versus an 82 with no star development. So I'm good with that. Let's go ahead and advance. And we lose. All right, so our tight end is an update. I'm convinced that it's not a matter of if, but when he becomes great. That's good to know. Keith. Oh, yeah. That's what I like to see. Let's friggin' go. All right, let's upgrade our players. Let's go. Antoine Simpson. So we now have a 70 tight end with superstar star potential. Let's look at the depth charts. Make sure we have him where we need him. Yeah, he's a 72. We may need to start adding him to the additional training so we can get that rookie, so we can get his ratings up quickly here, because we assume Hunter Henry's got a couple of years left. I want to... What do I want to do? I want to come here and go here. And I want to go... This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure we have the right offense and defense set. So an 88% scheme fit. Yep, vertical power run is fine. What about the base 3-4? So 75% is the best so far. Yep, it looks like we got to go with the base 3-4. All right. Okay, that's fine. So offense and defense is set without any trouble. Let's back up. Weekly strategy. I see my upgrade points. I'll spend them here at some point. I just don't feel like spending them right now. Do I stick with these players here? I think I pull Stanford out because he's going to develop, and he's already an 88. So I want to get our tight end, the star development tight end. Where is he? Keith Foster, superstar. Let's get that XP flowing for him. And hopefully we can get some of those games where we get the, full team 2,500 experience or whatever. So let's go ahead and sim this week against the Eagles. Another loss. I don't care. Yep. Russell Wilson, fine. Jordan Brooks, fine. We'll stick with those players. Timmons, Atkinson, Bayless, Hebert, Gooden, and Foster. Do get an upgrade here. What do we get? Rashad Crawford, baby. Let's go. 57 overall. He's gone up 4 points in a year. He was our 5 points in a year. He's a 52 when we drafted him, so can't complain too much, I guess. And we finally win. All right, so we got to cut 7 players. Anybody that we can just... Yeah, Dante Johnson can go to the practice squad. I'm sure these players are all going to get... These players are all going to get taken, because that's what happens. Barry Madden. Do we have any... McCullough, I don't want to cut. Jonathan Jones, I don't want to cut. Damian Morris. Barry Madden. David Hebert. He's 24. He's 25. We'll cut Hebert. Jamar Hawkins. Was he a draft pick for us this year? Let's move him to the practice squad. Goldsberry. Yeah, I mean, we're going to take a $40,000 hit, but that's fine. Collins was a draft pick this year. Madden, McCullough, and Jones. So we'll cut him. And we will move him to the practice squad. All right. So there are our 7. Let's advance the week. Let's see how week 1 goes. Let's see how week 1 goes before we call it an episode here. So let's set the season goals. And we're not going to go conservative. We're going to make playoffs. I think I don't know. I'm hoping this is the year. So opening day, key to victory. Excuse me. Stifling defense as always. Stuffing the run. Beat the Broncos. Allow less than 75 rushing yards. I will do my best. Let's see. Yeah, three players have already been pulled from the from the Javonte Williams and Bradley Chubb. 3 players were already been pulled from the practice squad. Looks like Bayless going to get an upgrade soon. If we win this week, we should get quite a few upgrades because we should get that XP bump for everybody. We got Damian Morris and Barmore. That's nice. He's an elusive back. And Barmore, that's a big one. Run stopper. Up to an 85 temporary. 83 overall. And let's sim the week. We are an 84 overall. They're an 82 overall. Who's their starting quarterback these days? Is it still Bridgewater or Drew Lock? We still have Jerry Jeudy, but we have CeeDee Lamb on our side. Kenny Stanford against Javonte Williams. All right, let's go next quarter. So we had touchdown on our first possession. We're up 7-0 after 1. Make it 14-0. 14-0 at the half. 17-0. Okay, they get on the board. 17-7 after 3. As they march right downfield. All right, so they get a field goal. First down. There's a solid running game here. 4th and 1. We went for it on 4th. Wow, okay. We get a field goal out of it there. And we win 20-10 on opening day in Denver. Very, very nice. That's what I like to see. We had gotten off to terrible starts the last couple of years, so it's nice to win on opening day. Hebert throws for $188 and no touchdowns, which means maybe it was our running game that got things going. We'll take a look here in a sec. So we allowed less than 75 yards, and we won, which is nice, which means we should get... Bayless with an upgrade right out of the chute. Very nice. Which means we should get the full team XP for... Or it might be the full team XP. Let's see. J.C. Jackson, he was very happy with our ability to stop the run. Defense is going to be scary. All defensive linemen earn 4,500 XP plus 10 staff points. Wow. All right, well, not for the whole team, but I will take 4,500 XP for the entire team. So let's look at the box score. Yeah, 140 rushing yards, 180 passing yards. So we really leaned on our running game to get it done here, but that's fine. Hebert was 20 of 29 for $188. 18 for 71 for Stanford. Butler in his debut, 13 for 42 and a tutty. Short passing game, Lincoln and Lamb led the way. Defensively, J.C. Jackson led us in tackles, no tackles for losses. A sack for Timmons, no picks. We just played a clean defensive game. Just made it hard for them, and we start the season 1-0. So let's go. Let's go. That's going to be the end. Actually, yep. Let's just upgrade. Let's upgrade. I want to see who got the upgrades. Everybody on our defensive line. That's not a surprise. We need to upgrade some of those players on the front end because that's the one area where we don't have... oops, I didn't want to put it there. That's the one area where they don't match up with our style of defense is on the front end. So we need to... make some upgrades there. But that's a good start, guys. We started the season 1-0 with the way things had started off for us the last couple of seasons. I am very happy. We got a new quarterback at the helm, a lot of new talent once again. And next episode will be week 2 through the trade deadline. So I hope you guys are enjoying this Let's Play. Hopefully this is the beginning of good things to come for us. And I'll talk to everybody soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.